The following episode of the Top Gun Show is being provided for the sales partners of NXTSYS as yet another valuable tool to help your customers make informed decisions. Enjoy. Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show, where I try to bring you new providers, new technologies, and introduce you to the best professionals in the industry, all so you can make informed decisions. Today, I'd like to welcome back my friend Vince Bradley, the founder and CEO of Abundant IoT. Now, most of you already know this industry icon. After spending almost 25 years building up WTG, a prominent master agency, he joined forces with AppSmart 3 years ago to form the fastest growing master agency on the planet. Now Vince has moved on to form Abundant IoT, which specializes in energy, mobility, connectivity, and devices. When I heard that Abundant IoT won Best of Show for the Product and Partner Program at the recent Channel Partners, I had to have Vince back on the show. Vince, welcome back to the Top Gun Show.
Thanks so much, Steve. Great to be back. We were so honored to be, to get the award. And
it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's great stuff. I mean, by bringing IoT and crypto together, started for the first time in the channel, that was really the key thing there. I think it worked really well. And, it's in the same motion, IoT and the channel in the same motion. When we started getting into IoT, we heard about Helium. Once we got everything set up on the device solution side, we started looking into Helium. And since Helium had no B2B channel, we saw a huge opportunity to become the most complete IoT solution in the channel by layering Helium on top of IoT device solutions. I'm now calling it IoT Cloud to help people understand it. Steve, it's a total land grab because it's going to be built out by next year.
And not a lot of people in the channel, you just mentioned, really understand who Helium Network is. Why don't you give just a brief overview of who they are and what they do?
Absolutely. So, if you look at it, they got like $300 million in the last year alone, 200 just before the show. And so, one of the cool things about it is proof of coverage. It's a unique work algorithm that uses radio waves to validate hotspots, providing legitimacy in the wireless coverage. Validation can work the hotspots HNT by verifying transactions, adding to the blockchain, and performing these tasks. So essentially, they're paying us to build the network, which ties back to that land grab statement.
So it's really IoT for cloud. Helium received, like you just said, over $311 million in funding the last couple of years. You just talked about proof of coverage. So what's the core value with this new technology? You mentioned that it combines cryptocurrency with IoT. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So, being a decentralized network, that's one of the nice things about it. LongFi allows companies to deploy IoT sensors globally for much less money than it costs on a cellular network. That's the key. When you combine LoRaWAN network with blockchain, that's amazing. We've actually also coined it as sustainable mining because the electric bill is like $1 or $2 versus Bitcoin mining, which can be $500 or $1,000 a month or more because of these rigs and these GPUs that you have. And it's a nice add to our green Bitcoin mining practice. I think I mentioned the blockchain, right? The network is powered by blockchain. And it actually, my favorite part is it pays out crypto residuals. HNT is the coin for Helium. And that can be converted to US dollars. So, if advisors want to be paid in US dollars, that's not a problem. Steve, it's one of the biggest things since the internet came. It's a total inflection point in the industry. It is a land grab for all of us.
Yeah, that just makes sense because IoT over mobility over the cellular network, is expensive. It's not, the cellular network's not designed for that. But with Helium, it's IoT for cloud. It is the super highway for IoT devices. So and then you combine cryptocurrency. That's amazing. Only you would discover this, Vince. You're one of the most forward-thinking people I've ever met in the channel. It's great.
Well, I appreciate that, Steve. I mean, the demo site continues to be developed. We would invite you and the viewers on the show to come to Malibu, come out and learn more about it. IoT technology is better when seen. And you got to see it. The totally connected, abundant Airstream is my favorite thing. People love it. They walk in and see all the sensors and they're like, okay, let's go. Let's hit the road. Next up would be, moving board meetings, into the water, surfing once again, right? And I think finally it's going to be connecting everything back together. So if you think about it, it's connecting the network to the devices, to helium hotspots, to the BMS, the building management system, to the HVAC, to the lighting, to the doors, to the solar, to the battery, to the water, to the waste, to the EV charging, to the car, between cars, between cities, states to countries. Steve, the sky is not the limit for us. That's what I love about this. And because we're going to take this into space, or at least my daughter, who is currently attending Brown University, will. So anyway, we're having fun.
You're starting to blow my mind, Vince. You're just here. I love it. I love it. Well, Vince, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun show. You've been on it many times, and you've shared little known facts about yourself. Right now, I want you to tell the millions and millions of viewers one of the top items that you still have left on your bucket list.
I think I touched on it. It's probably mainly just getting back in the water, having those board meetings. That's one of them, I think. But the other one I really want to get to is getting the band back together. The industry band, that is, because I did start my band up again last year, and I was talking to some people out in Vegas. We're going to do it. It's to a city near you.
Well, let me know when that is. I'll bring my Top Gun show tour bus. I'll bring a bunch of my partners there. We'll be in the front row cheering for you.
Nice. I can't wait to see the bus, man. I've missed it.
All right, buddy. Thanks for carving out time out of your busy schedule to be on the Top Gun show. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Steve. Anytime. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you.